Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna take this walk and vent right quick. I I've been needing to update my Fruity Loops from the trial version, my FL Studio from the trial version to the paid version. I've made beats with all kinds of DAWs, and I've always kept FL Studio to the trial because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to be a FL Studio person or use another DAW. I love FL Studio and I hate it at the same time. But when you do master it, it is a hell of a DAW. It has hell of options. So my point of coming to y'all right now is I think I was close to getting scammed, and I want everybody's opinion on if I'm tripping, if I'm being a scary punk, or am I correct on my hunch? So there's a YouTuber, popular former rapper, and one of his when his videos start, it has a promotion. It scrolls on the bottom, and there's a slight dialogue where the promoter is saying, "Hey, we have a company called Need Software." They list a number of softwares. FL Studio is one of them. Then they have not Pro Tools, I don't think, but they have Adobe Photoshop. You know, all the mainstream type software, PC softwares they have. Now, I had saw this promotion from somebody else's video from a different contact number and everything. I think during when the pandemic first hit, and I hit them up, and I remember they called like 2 days later. So the way you hit them up is you text "I need software" to the number they give you. And I thought, you know what I'm saying, I would get like a text back saying, "Hey, this is the website to go to," but it was the person called, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, I didn't like that it was like 2 days later when I got contacted back. That's like hitting up your weed man and he don't call you back till the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? You be feeling like this dude shady. So I didn't fuck with them. But now, as I sat down on my off day and I got well rested, cleaned up the house, I was in the mood to do some producing. And I said, you know what? Enough is enough. Time is only ticking. I got the money. Let me go ahead and get a paid version of FL Studio. So I know I'm taking all day, but I want to give you guys the background on why this happened today. So my thought process was, as I looked through the options, now everybody knows the 4 options for FL Studio paid. But anyway, as I looked at the options, I said, you know what? I've sometimes hit a lick when when it was almost impossible to hit the lick. I'm never one to think everybody is out to scam you. So I said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I take full credence into that. But sometimes it really is a lick like that. So I said, what I'll do is I'll take one more chance where I I'll try one more time to contact these people and see if they have really a 50% deal. And if I didn't explain the deal all the way, the deal is you text them that you need software, and whatever you choose from there, they have it for 50% off. So if the software normally costs us $100 for the full version, then you get it for $50 automatically. They don't say nothing about prices can fluctuate, negotiation might happen, what you see here might not be for what you choose. They don't say nothing like that. Not that I've noticed. They just say 50% off. That's it. So we know Fruity Loops have an option for 400. So you should be paying 200 for that. They have one for, I think, 900. So $8.99 for the complete. So you know what I'm saying? You should be getting a deal for that, half off. And we know half of 900 is what, 450, 450. So I hit them up, and this is why I felt like the scam was happening. He calls me back immediately. Good sign. He immediately wants me to let him know if I have money. I said, man, this seems like already this starting off bad. Motherfucker, you ain't even gonna talk to me about the products and my options. You just gonna go quick to seeing if I have money. He hears the aggravation in my voice, but he's telling me, you know, this is a precaution because sometimes people aren't ready to buy right now, and he's just being precautious. It's their process that they go through to make sure things are on the up and legit. I calmed down. I said, yeah, I have money to spend. I'm ready today. He said, oh, great. Then he starts going into setting up me sending him money. How much did I have to spend? Okay, I confirmed I have money and I'm ready to do today, but he wanted to make sure he wanted to know how much I have to spend before we proceed. And I'm telling him, you haven't even heard what you're offering, like 20 to 30 different softwares, all different prices. When you buy them through the actual publisher. So how can you be worrying about if I have how much money I'm willing to spend when you haven't even heard what product I want? He's trying to argue me down that that's irrelevant, but I stand my ground, and he goes ahead and he's like, well, what product do you want? I said, I'm looking for FL Studio. Now tell me if I'm wrong or not, y'all. Before I tell y'all this, let me let y'all know that I'm not a fool. I've done my research on what option I want at the moment. I understand that if you're going to be serious about using the program, the Fruity Edition, which is the cheapest, is not necessarily the best choice because it has limitations. Now the two medium tiers also have limitations, but they have like, you don't get growth speed and you don't get every single VST unlocked. But as far as like being able to record vocals and all that, you can start that from the second option up, which is $200. So for y'all who don't know about FL Studio, they have the trial version, which is free, unlimited free, but it's very limited on what you can do with it. You can't even save your profiles the legit way. You have to do some janky rendering to do it. Okay, then you have the first paid tier, which is $99. That $99 tier will get you able to make your loops and all that kind of stuff and save out your programs and all that stuff, but you can't do no voice recording. There's a lot of limitations. The one I'm aiming for is the producer bundle. That's the second tier, paid tier one, where you can do everything. You just have some limitations on certain fire, like you know what I'm saying, VSTs. For instance, gross beat. With the $200 second tier one, you don't get gross beat, and it's called the producer bundle or the producer edition. It's still a good buy. It's still a great value because you can always buy the program second. You can buy the VST separate, or you can just upgrade when you're ready and pay the difference to get it to the next tier, which is $300 and $400, I think. $399 for the next one. It's called a signature bundle, and then you have one I think it's $899. That's the complete. You got everything you ever wanted from them. Well, this is what he tell me when I say I want FL Studio. He tells me, well, I can see what price I can give you. Ain't that the first red flag? How are you gonna see what price you can give me? The prices are already set. So if your advertisement says it's gonna give me 50% off, well, the prices that are listed for the programs is what I would think you would be given 50% of. So if it costs $20 for FL Studio and you're advertising 50% off, you should be charging me $10, right? That's half of $20. So if I want the fruity edition, you should be saying we have, like when I told him I wanted FL Studio, it seems like the first thing out of his mouth would be like, okay, so we have the fruity edition for $50, sir. And then we have the next one for $100, which is the producer edition. And then we have another one for $200. That's the signature, on and on, up to $450 for the unlimited. That ain't what he said. He was like, I didn't even tell him that I knew the tiers. I just went on and played along. That's what got me pissed off. Because I was sitting there like, oh, you're going to give me a price? Okay, well, what's your prices for? Well, sir, first you need to tell me how much you're willing to spend, like I said, because then I can tell you what price I can offer you. Huh? Okay. I argued him down. He didn't take my argument. He didn't agree with me, so I told him, I said, I got about 300 to spend. He said, oh, okay. Well, let me talk to my partner. I'll put you on hold for 30 seconds and I'll see if my partner can get you something from FL Studio. No, then he said, before I put you on hold, do you need the older version or a more newer version? I'm sitting up here like, whoa. Even if you can go on the internet and find an older version of FL Studio, because I know some people with older operating systems need to find an older version to make it work with the operating system. I get that. But not when you're spending your money, you shouldn't have to worry about that. So I said I want the newest version. Oh my God. He was like, oh, well, let me see what he's got to say about that. Then he clicked over, put me on hold for like 40 seconds. He clicked back over. Are you still there, sir? I said, yeah, I'm still there. He said, so I just talked to my partner. He says, he might can do something for about $50 more, like $350. Would you happen to have $350? I said, you know what? Yeah, I do. He was like, oh, that's great. Let me click over and let him know that. He clicked over, I'm on hold for another like 40 seconds. Is music playing? It's like, you know how you call a business and they put you on hold and they have hold the music? He had that and all that. And these supposed to be cell phones. I'm like, okay. He clicked back over. He said, I just spoke to him. So he said, what he can offer you is FL Studio, you said the newer version, huh? He's saying FL Studio 12 for $350. I said, FL Studio 12 for $350. I couldn't contain myself no more. I was like, no. There has been a mistake. I told him. I said, because that can't be it. Because it's already a standard price for it, which is different tiers. I said, I was trying to ask you before you clicked over, sir, what tier can you offer me before I even gave you the price that I'm willing to spend? I wanted to know what tier you could offer me, and that's what I meant. Because now you're saying $350 for FL Studio 12. He was like, oh no, that's the newest one though. I said, no, sir. I say, no. I say, I said, we're on FL 20 at the least. And I didn't even feel like giving him the realization that it's like FL Studio 20.2 and all that kind of stuff. We just had an update for FL Studio in like motherfucking a month ago. So he's like, I don't know about that. It's been a while since anybody asked us for FL Studio, but I think 12 is the highest one. I'm like, no, it's not. I said, sir, I said, look, don't worry about it. I'm sorry I wasted your time. I'm just gonna go ahead and find another route to go because, if I'm gonna spend $300 some, I can get any kind of package I want from FL Studio. But of course, he wanted to be super salesman. No. Hey, hold on. Let me click over and see what I can find from my partner. Maybe I think you're wrong about that. I think it's FL 12, but I'll check and see if he has any information on this FL Studio 20 that you're talking about. I say, fuck it. So I'll go on hold again. This time it's probably about a minute and a half. He clicks back over and he tells me, so I spoke to my partner and we were able to find a FL Studio 20. You're right. We found one, a FL Studio 20. And he was like, we might can give that to you for, I guess the 350 would be okay for that. I said, no, sir, you're still wrong. Excuse me? You're still wrong, because what I'm trying to tell you, sir, is that there are 4 different tiers. And when I try to tell you that 4 different versions, you was shutting me down, talking about some, yeah, you already know all this. So if you already know all this, sir, then you know that FL20 has, then you know that FL20 or any version of FL Studio has always had a $99 tier for the basic program, a $200 tier for the producer program. Then you have the $400 one, which is called a signature bundle. And then you have one that's like $900 for the complete thing. And he's huffing and puffing and like, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I know all that. No, you don't, sir, because if you knew all that, then why are you telling me 350 for FL Studio 20? You're not telling me what version I'm getting or nothing like that. I didn't tell him, once again, sorry to waste your time. I'm going to try another option. I'm not really feeling that this is the best route for me to go. He plays super salesman again. He's telling me, oh, no. Let me talk to my partner one more time and we can get you the version. Now, what version do you want? I said, well, it depends on what price you're going to give me. Now, remember, guys, 50% off is their advertisement no matter what. And this whole time I've been talking to him, he's been discussing what price he can give me. These prices are in stone from Image Line, the people who make FL Studio. So it shouldn't be no need to negotiate or guess what price you can give me depending on how much money I got. It should be very easy for you to say 50% of this version is what we're going to charge you. So I'm on hold one more time. He's speaking supposedly to his partner. He comes back on and he says, okay, sir, so we can give you, I just looked at the versions that they have available, and can you tell me which version you would probably want, and I can see if we can get that to you. I said, I would want the signature one. He said, oh, okay. We can offer you that, and we can offer you that for, we can give you a discount of $200, so it would cost you $200. I say, okay, because that's actually 50% off what it would cost. So, I can't really bitch now because there's a half off, and that's the one that comes with gross beat and everything. So he's speaking my lingo. But I tell him, nah, because now I'm getting worried with all the willing. I put all my cards on the table. I say, I'm a little shook now. I say, because what started off as you negotiate with me, now you're speaking the right price, but it's after I told you what the price is. He interrupted me. No, sir. This is what we had in stone already. This is what we already had planned for you. Stop it. I just discussed this whole conversation with you about the prices. I educated you on the price of the program. So either you're lying in the beginning or you're lying now. But either way, you were lying to me. I said, I'm going to try my luck another way. He said, sir, you have nothing to worry about. So then I start going into, well, how can I trust your program with all this wheeling and dealing you've been doing? And this is why I told y'all in the beginning, I feel like I punked out, and I should not have punked out, because I had nothing to hide. I didn't do nothing wrong to nobody. I say, how can I trust you? He said, we're doing everything on PayPal. And as you know, PayPal can help you if you feel like you've been scammed or anything like that. I say that makes sense because PayPal, if it's going through PayPal, you can contact them, I'm sure, and say, hey, I just did a deal with an untrustworthy person. I did not get my product. Cancel whatever money they finna get. He was like, yeah, that's right. I said, well, what about I call you guys back after I think about it? Well, sir, normally when people say they want to think about it, they never call us back. I'd rather you not do it that way and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, because way I'm feeling in my head at this moment when he says that is, yeah, he's probably right. I probably wasn't going to call him back. So I say, let me see how far he takes it. So I said, what would I have to do to get this program? He say, we send you a link after you pay us. We send you a link through the emails, and we go from there, and we send you tutorials on how to download everything, all that. I said, okay, that sounds cool. I said, what do I have to do first? He says, now you're ready to spend the money, right? I said, yes. He said, you have to, I'm gonna text you right now. He said, I'm gonna text you information through an email for you to contact us. He did that. I found the email on my iPad because I was talking on my iPhone, and I went on and selected it. He said, do you see everything? And he gave me information. I said, yes. He said, now you have to send back a reply with your first and last name. So I said, well, tell me your name. He said, Jonathan. He wouldn't give me his last name. I didn't ask him. Because at that point, the fact that he's not even trying to comfort me, and he wants my money for something that is kind of unethical, I'm like, I'm cool. So I still play along a little bit. I send him the email with my first and last name. He confirms he got it, and he says, okay, I'm sending you another text back with a link to where you can link your PayPal to me. And he comes back with something. He sends me an email with something that says, send PayPal payments to this email where there's no reply at needsoftware.com, and then some Jason somebody in Jabot, Texas, and all that kind of stuff. And so I don't use my PayPal. I need to, but I barely ever use it. So I told him, I can't really log in right now. I'm trying to log in, but I can't remember my password. I got it written down somewhere. I need some time to go find where I wrote it down. He ain't going for that. He like, oh, that's fine. So just hit the part where it says that you can't remember your your passcode, and it'll send you a link to redo your passcode. So at this point, I'm out of options because he's right. If there's a will, there's a way. And I didn't have the will. So there was no way I was going to do it. So this is why I say I punked out, because I hung up on him. Now, he called me 2 or 3 times back to back to back. Then he sent a text saying he thinks we got disconnected. I haven't replied yet. I came out here and decided to vent a little bit. I'm not going to call him back. And boy, do I like a nice deal. But I feel like my hunch is I was going to regret it. Now, the part I'm leaving out is while he was putting me on hold and all that kind of stuff, I was on my iPad Googling, is needsoftware.com a scam type shit. With it being the kind of company it is, I don't think a lot of people have dealt with it. So on the one I selected, only 2 people replied. The first person had 5 stars saying everything was smooth and great. The second one had 1 star saying it was a scam, saying that he gave them their money. As soon as he did, they disappeared, didn't reply to no emails, all kind of stuff. He said, don't buy from them unless you want to give them your money for free. So, who you gonna trust? The motherfucker who put 5 stars could be them themselves. And the motherfucker who put the negative one could be somebody who's hating on them. You never know. So what I'm coming to you guys about is, did I fuck up? Did I miss out on the opportunity to get some, all because I'm worried that I'm going to get scammed? Is Need Software a scam? Has anybody dealt with them? Do I need to call him back and tell him I'm sorry and here, take my money? Because what I was thinking was, if I go through ImageLine themselves, is always you have free updates for the rest of your life, and when you do want to upgrade to the next version, you just have to pay the difference. You don't have to buy the whole thing over. So my feeling is, at least this way, I don't have the headache of wondering, am I getting scammed? Because I know I'm going right through ImageLine and they're legit because they're the people selling it. Like, I can take them to court. Can I really take Need software to court? You know? So, I'm sorry I took so long to explain this. This has been 25 minutes. So that's a little too long, but I was trying to get all the details in and get the story right. And it took some focus. So my bad on that, but I hope y'all understood what I'm saying. And if you have some feedback on dealing with them, please let me know. I'm just curious to know, did I drop the ball? Was I the one being a lame, or was I really on to a motherfucker trying to scam me, and I dodged it? So I'm looking for people to let me know. I'll let y'all.